on both Instagram and Facebook, and it just takes a second or so. Hello. And I think I'm live. Looks like I am on Instagram. I'm just checking to see what's happening here on Facebook. It always takes a bit longer. Ooh, I kind of feel nervous talking about this. And it's what I'm being told to do. So for those that, don't know my story, I had a brain tumor the size of an avocado back in 2017. And I went through all kinds of treatments, Western, Eastern, holistic, alternative, all of it, right? And I honestly, I feel like I powered through. I was, I had to jump to my highest self because it was like, go get an MRI. And right after MRI, hi Anna, right after MRI, I had to go to the emergency room and then ICU and then reduce the swelling, and 5 days later surgery. So I had zero time to process. I had to jump to my highest self. And I'm doing both. So if you see me moving back and forth, it's because I'm like, managing the two. Anyhow, and so I literally didn't have any time to process. So I healed myself, right? Completely rebirth. I still to this day say it was the best thing that could have happened to me because it changed my life in so many ways. It impacted me to grow exponentially. I'm an empowerment health coach and energetic healer, and I work with the mind, body, spirit, as you see behind me. And yeah, so I learned all the different things that there was to learn, right? So I wanted to come on and share with everybody that the last MRI that I had in April, I actually did not get the best news. Now, it's not, an avocado-sized tumor by any means, but it was something that, it definitely was alarming because I had this expectation and I had this whole thing about, oh, well, this was the way to do it and I got rid of it and blah, blah, blah. And so it really hit me hard when they found something, right? And so, hi, Barbara. And so it really, and this is back in April, right? April 1st. And then so ever since I've had 2 other MRIs, one of which was a specialized one. And right now there's something there the size of a lentil. So, avocado, lentil, huge difference, right? And even with a specialized MRI, they're not able to tell what it is. It's inconclusive at this point. So really the fact of the matter is, and what's is that there's something in my brain and it's a lesion size of a lentil, and I'm just going to be doing more MRIs now. So I'm going to be doing my next one in 2 months just to, keep an eye on it and whatnot. So why am I sharing all this and nervous about it? I initially, when I found out, I hit straight fear mode. I started, and not fear of the tumor, it wasn't anything around that. And it wasn't even around, it wasn't around oh my God, am I gonna die? Or none of those came up for me because I'm very clear, just to let you all know that I know my time is not up on this planet. I know that there's so much more that I'm out to do and so many more people to impact with what I am doing. And at the same time, it was but I thought I knew what I was doing. I thought I had it all down. I thought oh my God, what if, the fear was, what if that everything that I've done in the past, now almost 3 years, what if that wasn't right? Now what? Now what do I do, right? So the last few weeks have been very interesting. And I'm in a much more peaceful state of mind, and I just wanted to come on and just share just a little bit more of my journey, because now we're almost June, right? So it's almost 2 months that I've been, so for me, COVID's kind of been I really Like, this is what I've been dealing with. And to me, you know, I actually just posted something, the German New Medicine video, which, you know, if any of you saw it, look at it. It's on Facebook. The link is on Facebook. Instagram you can't link, right? You can't click on it. So if you want to go on my Facebook page, you can look at it. It was really fascinating, and it was such perfectly timed for me to actually see that video now, right? I just finished it earlier, and it was just fascinating that, you know, and now I'm realizing that this is actually what my belief is. It's not about, oh yeah, you know, being forever healed. What does that even mean? You know, if we're forever healed, then we're never discovering something newly. And so that's what the name of my podcast was going to be. And I realized that it just didn't feel good, you know, because I'm like, wait, no, I'm not healed. And again, there was a lot of, you know, making myself wrong and trying to figure out, oh, what did I miss? When in fact, it's not about what I missed. It's actually that I did heal that version of me. I did heal that avocado-sized tumor, GBM, whatever it was, and I did it by using all the treatments that I did for that version of me, for that particular, whatever, that tumor, right? Whereas this, it's something new. It has nothing to do with what that one was. It doesn't. I mean, okay, yes, it's in a similar location, but so what? It just means that there's something there. It doesn't mean that this is the same thing that one was. So really what I came to realize is that I was having all this past trauma of what I went through. And I actually started having all the feelings, which has allowed me to be more relatable with my clients and other people that are dealing with these massive health struggles. I didn't have that time to process it the first time. Whereas this time, I'm actually, you know, able to be human about it and actually feel the feelings. I mean, whatever that fear looks like, right? And then still saying, okay, well, now what can I do to move through this? What can I do to still live life to the fullest, even in the face of this circumstance, as you can tell that I have been? One thing for me has been that I've been feeling inauthentic. And I've been feeling like me not sharing my journey, and I'll get to why, but me not sharing my journey is authentic to who I am in this world. And so I've been compelled all week. I've been so like, it's been like, it almost came out on my live with Samar on Friday, and it was like perfectly like this, you know, sweet lady was on the live asking questions around, you know, some type of a reoccurrence she's having. And it was literally on the tip of my tongue, but I didn't want to come out and, you know, live with someone else sharing about it. And I figured, you know, it's going to happen. I didn't share initially with a lot of people, and the people that I did share with, I actually asked them to keep it confidential. And the reason for that was because the last thing I want is any worry or concern energy sent my way. So if you are looking at this as like, oh my God, just send me love, send me those healing vibes, send me those prayers, that's great. But that's what I realized like had stopped me from sharing it to begin with. Whereas now I'm actually like, I'm open to doing that, because what I got yesterday as I'm sitting there and I'm, you know, I just had this last specialized MRI on Wednesday. We had to wait like over 24 hours. I literally just chilled in bed, and thankfully I'm able to do that without making myself feel like I'm not being productive. But yeah, I just pretty much waited all day, over 24 hours, for the doctor to call and say, oh yeah, it's inconclusive. Whatever they did, it just wasn't, well, I don't know, whatever they did, they can't figure it, still they can't figure out what it is. And at this point, I don't really care what it is, because I'm realizing, especially after watching this German New Medicine documentary, well, it's not even a documentary, the explanation of it, I'm like, you know, this is what our body does. We're always healing. We're always forever healing, because we're always growing. And there's always something that we're going to be dealing with that's going to require some healing, right? Whether that's from childhood trauma or adulthood trauma, whatever that looks like, there is going to be healing, which is exactly why I was like, yeah, that be forever healed, like that doesn't work for me. It's actually, we're forever healing, the healing journey, and then the gift in it, right? Because I'm always about, okay, well, what's the gift in this? What's the gift in this? And for the longest time, it's been a complete like blank. It's been a blind spot. And then yesterday, I'm, Anna came over, a good friend of mine. She's actually watching right now. And she came over and, I was just sharing with her some of my thoughts. And I was, of course, I mean, I'm human, right? I'm like frustrated. I'm like, what is this? I can't figure out what this thing is that's in my brain. And so I was just sharing with her that I really feel like I want to open up, because I feel like I'm being a fraud by not talking about it. I feel inauthentic not talking about this. I shared my journey back then, and that's what this is about, right? Vulnerability, being who I am out in my own world as who I am, that, on Instagram, on Facebook, on social media. Like, I don't like to portray something as a surface level and then be dealing with stuff on the back end, right? Like, that's just not my style. For me, what you see is what you get, and that's been feeling icky for me because I haven't been sharing this. And again, it took me a little bit of time to get to a place to be able to open up about it, because, hey, this time I got to experience the human side of it. I got to experience the human feelings. And it really has given me, like, that's been a gift, right? It's given me the ability to be so much more relatable when it comes to my clients and my future clients, and having these conversations with people that are dealing with some really tough circumstances, and still knowing that we can still live life to the fullest in the face of even this circumstance. I mean, as many know, like, with everything happening with the pandemic, and gosh, like, even with, I don't even want to get into, like, the whole killings and riot and everything that's happening out in the world. Like, for me, I gotta now have a love bubble around me, so I'm not watching these things very much, and I admire those that are, and I'm, all about being a support for those people. But, for me, I'm just like, okay, but what can we do to still grab on that light, to still search for the light, search for that higher frequency, and still, and not to by any means suppress our feelings, suppress our emotions, because that doesn't work. If anything, that creates more dis-ease within the body, which then turns out to be some kind of a tumor, or even a cold, or even, really, when it comes down to any disease within the body, there is a root cause of it. It's, we have bacteria, we have viruses, we have cancer cells, we have all of it within our body, and then something triggers it, and boom, it shows up in a certain way. And so that's what I'm dealing with right now, right? And then back to yesterday. So as I'm sharing this with Anna, and all of a sudden, because I kept saying, I can't figure out what the gift in this is. I'm like, I don't know. I know I'm very intuitive. So what keeps coming up is that this is a gift. And I'm like, okay, what's the gift in this, right? I'm like, I can't figure this out. And so all of a sudden, with Anna, I'm like hearing background noise. Sorry about this. I'm getting distracted here. So all of a sudden, Anna's like, oh my God, what if the gift is for you to start sharing your story? And being in the energy world, I'm sure a lot of my energetic friends and, healers, workers out there will really get this. My entire body, like, I felt like this energy, this flow of energy, like this wave just go like throughout my entire body. My body like felt like jello. I like went flying back in my chair, and I almost fell off, as at the same time Anna got goosebumps head to toe, right? The spiritual chills, right? And so all of it is like, oh my God, like, this is the gift. And then I bursted out in tears because I have been resisting a lot of this. I haven't fully accepted what's happening. I kept, pretending it's not there, which is really resisting, right? Rather than just saying, hey, you know what? Let me accept what's happening. Oh, there goes it. My phone is about to die. Accept what's so. And yeah, and Anna says every time I talk about this, she gets full body chills every time. And so for me is, again, to come from this enlightenment. Now it's like, this isn't what that was, right? This is something completely new. And with all the new experiences and everything that I've learned, I know that I'm going to heal this as well. I'm not like by any means like concerned, right? And I'm going to be sharing my journey, because there is no right way or one way to heal. There isn't. Our body's natural ability is to heal itself. Like we are now, our bodies, like our body's so intelligent. Our bodies have so much wisdom, like more than we can even imagine, right? Like we are literally, and when we have these different things that show up in our body in different ways, it's the gift in it. It's actually it's like an opportunity for us to go and say, okay, well, what is it that I'm dealing with on the subconscious level? Like what energy am I actually, having in my energetic field that's creating whatever it is that's showing up in the body? So I'm really seeing this as like the healing. I mean, life is a healing journey. We're forever healing. We're forever growing until the day we take our last breath. That's it. And during that, it's always about, okay, what can I discover through this? What can I discover through whatever is showing up? Because now there's actually, like this new medicine, or, Louise Hay's, you can heal your life. There's a lot more of this out there where we can actually start to look at, okay, well, if I can't, figure out what the root cause of this is, let me go look it up. And then there's so many great ways of dealing with it, both Western, Eastern, alternative, holistic, whatever that looks like for each person, whatever resonates with each person. So I think that's pretty much all that I had to say. I wrote a blog post earlier too, so I'll be sharing that as well in case I missed anything in there, it's always different when you come live. But yeah, I mean, I just wanted to share this again for anybody that, is watching this now or watches this later. I know there's been people that are, have asked like, oh, you never posted about your last MRI. And, and I'm like, yeah, there's a reason around that, Yeah, I'll post the link to my blog, or yeah, I'll link to them. Yeah, I'll do that, Anna. Anna says link to your blog. I'll definitely post that at some point here. And yeah, I don't even remember. Oh yeah, my podcast new name, The Healing Journey of Life. That's going to be my new podcast name. It's no longer going to be Forever Healed. That no longer resonates at all. It's The Healing Journey of Life, because life is a healing journey. And so thank you all for watching. And oh yeah, so I still have the little short-term memory stuff. It's funny. But yeah, if there's any, any questions or anything that you feel, you want to ask me, please feel free to. Again, I ask everybody, as I did before, because this is something I'm going to do again, is I am creating a love bubble around me. And so that in itself is what I'm asking for. There's no need to have worry or concern or anything like that, because I got this, and I'm finally in a place where I can say that from deep down in my soul. After the last couple months of just trying to figure it out, right? Being in my head, being in fear mode, being in doubt mode. Whereas now I'm like trusting 100%, have all the faith, and I know, the universe has my back, and, I'm God, source, all of it. And so that's really where I'm at. But yeah, so thank you all for watching, and love you. Bye.